Guys, so it's been a little while since I've filmed any videos, but it's been like 3 months since I updated my pan that palette, so I figure it's probably about time. I'm gonna go through and I'm going to talk a little bit about the ones that I've already hit pan. Subculture, right? I had hit pan in Edge. Also, I'm not counting it as pan yet, but I can like almost see pan in Electric, which is like one of my favorite shades, and I'm kind of sad they're discontinuing this palette just because of that. I'm making some really good progress in all of this. Like, there's lots of dips happening. I don't know, I love Subculture. But yeah, that's the first one. I've hit pan in like 3 shades in Modern Renaissance this year. It's so dirty right now. I kind of stepped back from this palette because I used it so much for so long. Like, this is definitely like my favorite palette probably, or like one of my top like 3. I just love red eyeshadow. Oh, would you look at that? I've been seeing some people saying that they have like mold on the bottom of theirs, and I feel like there might be a little bit of something happening on the bottom of Primavera, which I'm concerned about. I'll have to dig into that. If there's anything going on with that, I'll put that on my panning Instagram, at Erin Pans. But yeah, that one's done. Wow, I really hope that palette's not like actually going bad. Like, I know it says 6 months on it, but I don't want to spend $40 on another Modern Renaissance so soon. Especially because I've made so much progress in that one. Like, it's such a bummer to start over. Oh, this is the new pan. I hit pan in Bronx in the Master palette. It's like a really small little guy, but I've been using this a lot. I love these 2 shades together. Wow, my nails, I'm sorry. I wear NYC and Kim a lot together. This palette has a lot of dips in it right now. I think I'll probably end up hitting pan in at least 1 or 2 more shades in this. I just used this palette a lot this summer and I love it. Comfort Zone, I hit pan like a hot minute ago. And then the last 2 that I have pan in right now, but I don't have anything to update on. Okay, so first of all, I was like convinced, like, sometimes I'll just sit back and think, if I had to declutter any of my palettes, what would I declutter? And last year I would have said this. And now I'm pretty sure this is one of my like top 2 or 3 palettes. This is where I'm at. I love the Mi Matrimony palette. Like, I use these 2 shades right here, my eyebrows, like every day, and I've been using this one on my eyebrows too. I finished Matte Lin, which I used all over my lid to set my primer. I use this one if I ever do like any kind of contouring thing, and then the rest of these are just like good shades to have. I might honestly pan this at some point. I don't know yet though, because I feel like I'm just gonna keep going with it and see where I'm at. There's a possibility I might pan this palette at some point, but I'm gonna repurchase it because I love this palette. I like don't ever want to like not have this palette in my life, but also I feel like a lot of these are shades that I have in other palettes, so I wouldn't be mad if I like finished a lot of those, and then came back and repurchased. That's kind of like the one reason I'm like hesitant to just say like I'm gonna pan this palette, because like I know I have these kinds of shades in so many other palettes that I'm not sure. But also, hear me out. A lot of those are like just basic neutral shades, good for everything. Speaking of neutral shades, there's this thing, which if you don't live under a rock, you know a whole mess of crap about Kat Von D, and here's where I'm at. I will never ever support her in any way ever again. If you're a pro plager like she is, like, no, just, there's science out there. Just read a journal, read an article. My brother has autism, so I get like really up in arms about this kind of stuff. Like, I'm gonna be a speech therapist. This is something I'm very like vocal about. But like, I don't care if you're vegan, like, please, like, go be vegan, save animals. Like, I don't care about anything else that she's standing for. But like, the second you say that you're not gonna vaccinate, you're a moron. No offense, but full offense. So I don't want to just like toss any of her stuff. I don't own like a ton. I own this palette, I own 2 single shadows, and I own 2 liquid lipsticks. The one liquid lipstick I'm pretty sure I'm going to toss at some point because it just gets weird every time I put it on my lips. Whoopsies. The other one I'm probably going to get rid of at some point too. I just like the color a little bit more, so I have been holding on to it. Not that I even wear lipstick like ever. The 2 single shadows, I love both of them. I have the Lolita one and I have like a duochrome one that I got from like TJ Maxx. And I feel bad throwing away makeup. So here's what I'm thinking as of right now. I'm not going to be showing any of her stuff like on the few videos that I make anymore. But I would like to, in theory, there's a few shades out of this palette that I like a lot. I'm interested in like using them up. It's probably like these 2 up here. This I like, but I have it in another palette. I like this red, and like I like the black, which I don't use a lot, but when I do, oh, and this one down here. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm currently, because I finished the all over lid shade in the Meet Matrimony, I'm currently panning this Ulta single shadow. Here's where I'm at with that. I think I updated that in like one other update of this. I'm making really good progress, but what I'm gonna do is when I'm done with this, I'm probably gonna move to this palette. I'm gonna use up this one and this one because they both work, even though they're so different, they both work on my skin tone for an all over lid shade. This one I think this one would also be like a good contour, like on my face. I might just depot like any of these shades that I'm interested in using and putting them in my MAC single palette, which I don't even buy MAC shadows because they're not cruelty free. But I might do that and put them in there and just use them up as I want, and then just declutter the rest, give it to someone else. I don't know. But I don't want to keep this, but I want to use up, like, I know that at least these 2 like all over lid shades are worth me using up because I know I'll use them up and they're not gonna be hard to use up. And the rest of them, I don't know. What do you guys think? But either way, I might talk about this later on if someone like gives me some cool comments or ideas, but I'm not gonna show this again. So we can say bye to that. And my favorite child, Meet Matrimony. See, that's the thing. I feel like, maybe it's just me, but I feel like there's enough crossover between the 2 of these that, in theory, I don't even need the Shade and Light. But then again, my grandparents bought me this, like, I don't want to get rid of it. I can use some of those shades. Like, I'm almost out of, like, all those, like, all over lid shades I like to alternate, and then now I'm working on using them all up. But I feel like this Meet Matrimony palette is a more fun alternative to the Shade and Light. Like, they're not exactly the same, but they have the same mood plus some more fun. Like, this one has some more fun colors. It has that pink and it has like the purple, but it's still a neutral palette, so I don't know. But either way, we'll get that out of there at some point. I want to find someone that will like take over those shades though that I'm not going to keep, because I feel bad about throwing away makeup, even though she's a pro plaguer. So I think I have a little bit of progress in Petal Pusher. I used this shade a little bit, and I think this one, like, I think I used them once and you can already see dips. So this one I just need to focus on for like a couple days and we'll make some progress. I don't have any pan yet in the Prism palette. I know people are like, yeah, who even talks about this anymore? But I love this palette. There's a very real possibility though that I'll hit pan in Lure at some point. And I also use Sphere a lot. I love that shade. But yeah, this one I'm not worried about. I'll hit pan on that at some point soon. Ammo is really kind of one of the ones I'm a little more worried about. Honestly, I need to just use it for a little bit and see what happens. I still like don't really, I think I'm going to use Maui Wowie and try to hit pan on that one, because I think that's the only one in here that like realistically makes sense and isn't already in like the Naked palette or whatever. yeah, we're gonna do that. I just need to do it. I say in every video. Okay, Swamp Queen, I really have not used this a lot. I've thought about this palette a lot. So first of all, I don't know if everyone else saw that like Starbucks debacle with her. And like I know it was probably like, it's so stupid. Like the things that are happening on the internet nowadays are just so dumb. But so like I kind of have like a weird thing about her right now. Like I used to love her and that's why I bought this, but also like realistically this is an awesome like starter palette if you're into like these kinds of shades. And that's what I realized is that I have other, like I have, oh, it still smells so good. I have other things that I like to use that have like these same kinds of shades. I don't know. I'm gonna use a Big Baby though too. That's another one of those shades I'm gonna use. I think I just need to break down and use Natural Peaches, especially if I'm gonna get rid of the Shade and Light palette, because that's like that one that I was thinking of, that peachy shade. They're very, very similar. I don't know, I think I just need to use this a little more, but this does not scream to me like it did when I only had like 3 palettes. I'm still slowly but surely working on Trick. I just need to do it. Because I go through, I think I've mentioned this before, I go through phases where it'll be like, just like a week of me wearing that same shade because I love it. Just haven't gone through that again yet. It'll happen. The Naked palette I still have not panned. I think I'm gonna end up pan Sin. I think I have a dip in that. I don't know. This is like another whole thing. You guys know. I don't like Urban Decay shadows. That's what I'm realizing. Okay, and then the Double Exposure Smashbox palette. I have 2 pretty good dips going on. It's in this shade over here and this shade over here. This is another one that I'm gonna end up using up at some point. But yeah, I just need to go through a phase with this again. That's kind of how it goes. Like I'll just be like obsessed with a palette for like a week and I'll make really good progress. But I don't like to force myself to use palettes. Finally, I went on a no-buy. I didn't buy any makeup from like April to like mid-August, which was awesome for a lot of reasons, but I broke the no-buy to get this, and look how big this palette is. I love this. I'm so glad I waited to like not buy any makeup for a long time. Like realistically, I want to get Norvina palette. I want to get the Soft Glam eventually if I use up some other shades. And I've never tried Makeup Revolution, but I really do like this a lot. I'm sure you guys have seen this too. First of all, the mirror. But also I've had this for about a week and you can already see like some dips in like Top Story. And I love Corduroy. I really like this palette. And guys, it's like 20 bucks. I don't know. I'm not like telling you to go buy anything as I sit here like talking about trying to use up makeup, but this was certainly a great investment. So I don't know if I'm gonna hit pan at anything in this by the end of the year, but honestly I would not be shocked at the rate that I'm going because I've used that exclusively for like a week and I don't see myself stopping that anytime soon. So thanks for watching. I know it's been a little while since I've made a pan that palette video, but I'm gonna try and be better about updating. I have a couple more updates that I need to film. I just was like in a weird funk through most of summer, so I didn't like really film. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go eat lunch and go to work. Thanks guys.